So Sadhguru, I love tattoos. I have a lot of tattoos. and I'm and I'm sure a lot of people in this room do. So when I got my first tattoo, there was a lot of clash of opinion between me and my parents. We fought a lot. Like, why did you get this? So my question to you is getting a tattoo something which looks unprofessional? Or is it something which lacks gravitas? Or why? Why is this clash of opinion?
Well, the question is, at different times in your life, different things may mean a lot to you. At that moment, if you have yourself marked permanently, and today in United States, tattoo removal is a huge business, it's a bigger business than tattoo, all right? Because, when they were in college, they fell in love, they wrote your name all over the arm, and then it's over, then rubbing it off, you have to peel your skin. So, maybe it's better you wait before you tattoo yourself all over the place to something that matters to you. If you want to write it on your forehead, it better be something that matters to you for the rest of your life. Because after 1 or 2 years, if it falls off, then you'll have to peel your skin. Plus, also, see, everything that you are need not be written on your face. When you want to do work in the world, when you want to do things in the world, it's not necessary everything that you are is all up front. You must have what to expose to whom, isn't it? So if your tattoo is already saying what you are, your philosophy and everything is written, so we know who you are the moment you enter. If you're wanting to live a very simplistic life, it's okay. If you're looking for a more complex involvement in life, it's better people are not able to mark you in any particular way. Shall I tell you my experience with tattoos? No, I don't have any. I'm too dark for the tattoos, what to do? Is there a white color tattoo?
There is a white color.
Okay. We've been working in the prisons, both in India and United States. This movement is called Inner Freedom for the Imprisoned. It's a very touching movement. So when I was in Kentucky Correction Center, it's a high-security prison. There was one guy who's a tattoo maker. He makes tattoos. So I was doing a 10-day program there for these prisoners, so they got really pally with me. Then they revealed, I said, where do you get these tattoos? Within the prison. Everything is searched, okay? Even from your body orifices, everything is searched so that nothing goes in. But somehow this guy tattoos everybody at a tremendous price, okay? And he showed me all his tricks, how he tattoos. He breaks off one little thing off the fork and sharpens it, makes it into a needle. Anything little plastic he gets, bits and pieces of plastic he gathers, melts it out, and different colors. You should see the prisoners, they're tattooed from head to toe. This decides which gang they belong to. It's like a particular type of tattoo means you belong to this group. Wherever they go in they have a lingo that this is where you belong. And it also tells them what grade of criminal are you. Are you really high grade or low grade criminal? Literally entire torso is always tattooed for most of them, and this is the guy who does it. And all these people, they have made this thing that they owe him. When they leave the prison, if they ever go back, they owe him how much it is, thousands of dollars they owe this guy. He's keeping accounts of all that, writing it on his arm. Accounts. So, it was an incredible thing to see. I told him, you show it how you do. Well, the guards were there, he said, I cannot show it, but he explained to me how he does it. It's just ingenious. Within the prison, what he is doing with these tattoos. If you really want to get a good tattoo, Kentucky. There are no subtractions and divisions in our mind. There is only addition and multiplication. I will just remove negative thoughts and I will have positive thoughts. All the best, it's not going to work. It's just that you need to pay little attention as to how it functions. You will see there is a distinction between what is you and what you have gathered. Well, see the way the question is asked and also the way normally it's addressed is, people think there is something called as negative thought and positive thought. They want to remove the negative thoughts and have only positive thoughts. For such people, I would ask them to just experiment for 10-15 seconds. Let them forcefully remove one thought from their mind. For example, next 10 seconds, just don't think of a monkey. Try not to think of a monkey for next 10 seconds. You will see you will be full of monkeys. So what I'm saying is, this is the nature of your mind, because in this mind, all the three pedals are throttle. There is no brake, there is no clutch. Whatever you touch, it will only go faster. In this kind of mind, people have been taught from moral teachers and religious teachers, do not think about bad things. Well, since then it's been a full-time job. So there is no way you can handle the mind like this. This doesn't need any great enlightenment. If you spend 2 minutes with your eyes closed, you will realize you cannot do anything forcefully with this mind. So, I want to remove negative thoughts. Do not ever go in this direction, because what you want to remove will become your quality. Always you will be on. So what should I do? The thing is this, without understanding the fundamental mechanism of this mind, because our mind, human mind, is the most sophisticated computer on the planet. Even all the supercomputers have come out of this. When this is the case, is it not important that we understand the mechanics of how it functions? One simplistic aspect of how it functions is, there are no subtractions and divisions in our mind. There is only addition and multiplication. If you try to do something with it, it will say one more. If you try hard, it will multiply into many more. In this mind, you don't try to identify what is positive, what is negative and try to remove it. First of all, one needs to understand, this mind of yours, this body of yours is supposed to serve you. The life that you are is important. Body and mind are vehicles that must serve us. If you sit in a vehicle, it must go where you want to go. If it goes to its own destination, what is the point of such a vehicle? It's just a nuisance. Right now, most human beings are unfortunately experiencing this fantastic possibility of human mind as a nuisance, as a troublesome thing. Well, this is the most beautiful thing you have. It's just that you need to pay little attention as to how it functions. One simple thing is this. First and foremost process is, that's why we put out this process called Isha Kriya. This is to distance yourself from your physiological and psychological process. There is something called as you which exists. This is not a composite of all your thoughts and emotions and physiological processes. Beyond that, there is you. If you close your eyes, even if you cannot see anything, you're still there. It is through the window of your eyes that you're looking out, but if you close your eyes, it doesn't mean that you don't exist, you still exist. So beyond your thought, you still exist, beyond your emotion, you still exist. So that you, the life that you are, this has to come into your experience. Why is it that you're not allowing that to come into your experience, which is the most significant aspect of who you are? Who you are right now, the most significant aspect is, you and me are alive right now, this is it. What I'm thinking, what you're thinking is not the important thing. We are alive right now, that is the important thing. So, it is important that you focus on this fundamental sense of aliveness within you, and then you will see there is a natural distance between you and your thought process. Once there is a distance between your psychological process and your physiological.
How can you avoid angry?
See, if you're driving on the Coimbatore streets, you have to avoid the medians which are placed in odd places. You have to avoid bad drivers. You have to avoid drunken men crossing the street, children crossing the street, all kinds of things. But when you're driving on Coimbatore street, do you have to avoid the moon? I'm asking, do you have to avoid the moon? No, because the moon is not on the street, isn't it? So similarly, right now are you angry? No? Then why should you avoid it? There's no need to avoid it. It is just that you think anger is an entity. Anger is not an entity. You become angry. You become angry. Anger is not sitting somewhere and you go hit it. There is no such thing. You become angry. When you become angry, is it pleasant for you or unpleasant for you? Unpleasant for you. Unpleasant for others for sure, unpleasant for yourself also. Today, medical science proves to you, when you're angry, you're actually poisoning your system, you know. We have always known this, but today chemical tests clearly show you that you're actually poisoning your system, generating poison in the system by being angry. So, why would you want to poison yourself? It is not a conscious act. You're poisoning yourself, you're causing unpleasantness to yourself only because your mind is not taking instructions from you, isn't it? It is not taking instructions from you. If it was taking instructions from you, you would have said blissfulness, isn't it? You wouldn't say anger. But now when you want to be peaceful, it is getting angry because it is not taking instructions from you. So if your mind is not taking instructions from you, you have to pay a little more attention to it. Why is it not taking instructions from you? If you understand this, you don't have to avoid anger, because anger is not sitting there and getting at… You are becoming angry, you are becoming unhappy, you are becoming miserable. These things are happening to you essentially because you have not done anything to take your faculties under your control. It is happening accidentally, just by chance. If outside situations are good, you are also good. If outside situations are bad, you're also bad. That is not how human life should be. Human life should be like this. If I am good, everything around me becomes good. This should be the reality, isn't it? Right now, if things around me are whichever way, I will become that way. No. Human consciousness should create situations. Right now, situations are creating human consciousness. That's not the right way to shape human life.
Because we have enough science to tell you that if the organic content in the soil is 3%, what are the extra micronutrients which are present in that food and what are the health benefits? This is not happening only because of lack of singular direction and commitment. That's what I would like to bring to the COP15 in Ivory Coast. Every nation, poor or rich, can do it and it should be done.
Sadhguru, you are expected to attend the 15th session of the Conference of the Parties to the UN Convention to Combat Desertification. This conference will be held in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, in West Africa, from 9 to 20th of May. World leaders, ministers, civil society organizations, experts, the world will rally to Abidjan by thousands to discuss the issue, the very important issue of land and soil. And we very much we are looking forward to your participation to this conference. I believe Abidjan is one of the cities that you will be visiting as during that 100-day. What do you expect from a conference of the parties like this one in Abidjan, and what do you hope to accomplish there?
One thing I would request yourself and UNCCD as a whole to in some way get the focus more on topsoil. The other concerns are there, I'm not saying you should give it up. But in terms of simple policy, we must bring the concern to this. This is what I would like to appeal to these 197 nations, including the European Union, which is an important part of setting an example. The important thing is this, that there must be an incentive for a farmer to raise the organic content. Right now, there are various products which are considered organic. What are the other products? They are definitely not inorganic, we know that. So, if we change the label itself, that it is a certain percentage of organic content. For example, right now, Northern Europe has 1.48%. If Northern Europe offers this incentive to the farmer, if you raise it to 3% organic content, it's very easy to test the organic content of the soil, it can be done on the field, you don't need a lab to do that. So if that is done, this product, by converting the land into 3% organic, or 3% is not the best thing. 3% is starvation diet for the microbial life. But at least let that much happen because at least they stay alive. Below that, they are dying and desertification is happening means microbial life is being starved to death. That's what it means. So at least keep them alive, and as it raises, you label the product according to its organic content. In the meanwhile, the businesses and industry can jump in and see that the farmer gets the carbon credit. It's very important we enhance the remunerative aspect of farming, otherwise nobody will be farming in another 25–30 years' time. So another thing is the product will find different ladders in the marketplace, 3%, 4%, 5%, because we have enough science to tell you that if the organic content in the soil is 3%, what are the extra micronutrients which are present in that food, and what are the health benefits, what are the preventive health benefits, all this is well established. We just need to collate this and establish a roadmap that the whole world moves towards a minimum 3 to 6% organic content in the next 8 to 12 years' time. It is very much doable because just if you bring cover crops in summers or winters according to the nature of one's climate, just the cover crop and plow it back into the land, if you do this, within 6 to 8 years, most lands will reach 3% minimum. So, it is not doable, nor does it take enormous amount of money. It is only a question of single-pointed direction and commitment. What we have seen in India is to put cover crops, if government has to give subsidy for the seeds to be thrown into the soil, out of which you're not taking any crop, it is just being used as humus. If you have to do that, it just costs 450 rupees per acre, which is just 5 euros or less than 5 euros per acre. Every nation can do this. It does not need heavy budgets. If you want to do it within 2 to 3 years' time, it'll cost a little more money. But if you want to do it in 6 to 8 years' time, every nation can do it. This is not happening only because of lack of singular direction and commitment. That's what I would like to bring to the COP15 in Ivory Coast, that these 197 nations, if they look at it this way, that a singular focus towards topsoil and a commitment towards that, this doesn't take money, this doesn't take any great technology. Every nation, poor or rich, can do it, and it should be done. If you are interested in the future of this world and the future generations, UNFAO goes about to say the food that we are eating right now belongs to the unborn child. Eating up the food of the unborn child hurts me deep in my heart. It feels like we are committing a crime against humanity itself.
Well, thank you very much, Sadhguru. Thank you to all listeners and viewers. Millions from around the world follow you, Sadhguru, and we hope that they will do more than just following you in your videos. They will following you with actions. And we would like to call all people in the world to actually take care of this very important natural capital of ours, because it is life. It is our food, it is our air, it is the quality of the water, it is the quality of our health, and it is the quality of the food, the nutritious food that we all need. So I would like to thank you all very much for your participation. Thank you, Sadhguru, for your tour.